Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Tiabu, and I am here for the last treasure hunting thing of the day. It's been a long day, partly because I started a little bit late here, but that's okay. We're on the last show of the day, and we have saved the best, or at least the one with the biggest hype train, for last. I probably don't need to tell you, but it's Tower of God Episode 1. A lot of hype around this one. Lot of hype. Pretty beloved webtoon, as far as I know. I have not read it, but Korean webtoon getting a Japanese anime adaptation, and one that, from what I have heard in just various Discord servers and other places, a lot of people feel is well deserved and should be really interesting. I have seen some of the art both from the promotional manga, promotional anime stuff, and some just like random panels that I don't know the context of at all from the manga, and it's pretty unique looking at the very least. So we'll have to see how that translates to animation. Because not only it's not even in what I would call like the normal Korean webtoon style, which does have a pretty distinctive standard style. It's very different and very unique, and we'll have to see how the animation staff actually handles it. But it should be fucking interesting. So we've got a Tower of God anime coming out. As far as I can tell, it's being funded pretty heavily by Crunchyroll, which is cool. And it's being produced by Telecom Animation Film, a studio that I'm not terribly familiar with personally. They've done some work on some Lupin stuff and one sports show that I haven't seen and a couple of other shows that I haven't seen, and I'm really not familiar with them at all. So no opinions on that going in, either positive or negative. We'll have to see. And so I took a look at the staff list, and we are being directed by Takashi Sano, who has directed two things in his history, which is maybe not the most confidence-inspiring backlog of shows ever to do a really high-profile adaptation like this one, but hey, maybe he'll prove himself. So he has also directed Sengoku Basara, Judge End, which has a 6.9, nice, on Mal at the moment. And most of, but not the first few episodes of, it seemed like there was some kind of weird staff change thing going on there. Most of Transformers Superlink from 2004. Beyond that, he hasn't directed anything. He's had other roles on some other stuff, but nothing that really stood out to me as like, oh, this is the talented guy that we want to put in charge of a big old property that actually has an established fan base and make it awesome. But hey, somebody put trust in him. I don't know who, I don't know why, I don't know what they saw in him, but they put the trust in him. Let's hope he can live up to it. On a couple of other staff fronts, we've got Kevin Penkin returning to do the music after his relatively successful journeys. Well, one was very successful and one was okay through Maid in Abyss, which definitely brought his name to the masses, and Tate no Yusha, or Shilly Boy, which was fine. Definitely would say that Kevin Penkin's score was one of the better things about Tate no Yusha, which was an okay show, but nothing super stellar, and his music definitely stood out there. So we got hope for a pretty solid soundtrack, good score coming in. Hopefully he is continuing to make great stuff, and maybe this will be his next Maid in Abyss, where people go, yeah, that Kevin Penkin guy, he knows what he's doing. We'll see. And then going through the rest of the staff list, there was only one other name that really jumped out at me, and that was Takashi Hashimoto, who is the animation director. And he jumped out at me because he is a key animator, mostly, who's relatively well known for big ol' explosions. So I'm kind of hoping and looking forward to some big ol' explosions. I'm sure that as an animation director, he's going to be key animating a few cuts himself, and I have a feeling that he might pick out some of those explosions, given his experience making such explosions for things like Gundam and Bleach and some other things, and having credits on a whole shitload of shows, even if it's only for one cut. Check out his Sakugaburu tag when you get the chance. He's really good at exploding things. It's pretty cool. And those are all of the staff members that really stood out to me. So, all we really have to do is dive on into the first episode of Tower of God, about as blind as I could possibly be on this relatively popular thing. I mean, there's a tower, and it's got some kind of power in the tower, and I assume that we fight our way up the tower, given that this seems to be in the realm of shonen battle-y stuff. Alright, cool. What is the tower? How did we get there? What are the rules of the world that we exist in? Blah, 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 blah. All questions that are still on the table. Let's go ahead and meet some characters, shall we? Meet some characters, get introduced to a probably pretty weird, but maybe unique and interesting art style, and a world to enter for the first time for me. Maybe not for you, but This is my first time entering the world of Tower of God. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that this will live up to expectations and be a worthy adaptation, but we'll just have to watch the episode and find out. So I have episode 1 of Tower of God up and ready to go. I grabbed the Horrible Subs version from Nya, so it should be identical to whatever is available on Crunchyroll or wherever else this is being streamed. So there will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy of this episode with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. All right, we got fire. Oh, it's Crunchyroll. It's a new logo that I have never seen before. Okay, so it is a Crunchyroll production in partnership with webtoon.com. I think it's .com. All right, water. Main character. Lines are weird, but interesting. Very interesting. All right, so different characters with different core motivations for doing this, and they're gonna end up in some kind of battle. That girl is green. To become God. What the fuck are you? All right, main character just got chomped. Show's over. Okay. Okay, he's not the main character. Okay, maybe he is. Rachel and Bam. Their end and their beginning. That's ominous. Okay, so by ascending the tower, you can gain anything in the world. Flat out, you get infinite wishes. All right, now we wait for the drop. Or that. Okay. This OP is dope. Hell yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Kevin Pankin. Getting grungy. I like it. Keep it coming. All right, we are in an endless ravine. Are we being chased? Whoa. Is she really turning into glowing flower petals, or is that metaphorical? Okay, it's metaphorical. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay. Opportunity knocks. Okay. The White Steel Eel and the Ball. That's a weird title. So he has entered the tower, right? Old frescoes. Weird rabbit creature character? Oh, hi. Apply directly to the forehead. Sorry. No eyes, just a toothy grin. I can find her. The will you get dead test. The one where we just saw you get chomped by a giant monster thing. Fuck. That's a whole lot of nope. Oh, yes, very simple. Okay. So you don't have to fight the thing. And this is just the primer test. And he doesn't even hesitate. He's in. Oh, he does have eyes. Rin? What are you doing here? Never mind. Not at all. Oh, he is tiny. Equivalent of a babblefish? Yeah, it's a babblefish. A what? Oh, it's a PDA? Hey. A king in another realm? Alright. There's a lot here that implies we've got a much more fleshed out world than it appears on the surface. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna build it up so that our main boy can defeat it in an unexpected way. Navigator. Transform. Heh, thanks. Uh-oh. Nope. Just like Hell Climb Pillar. Alright, man's confident. I don't know what that means. I got my personal reasons. Okay, Determinator engaged. The what? Depending on who wields it, eh? But what if he's got super secret mega powers? Okay. I guess we're getting a cool sword. It's a cool sword. Thanks. Of course you do. Taking the call to adventure. Let's do it. Does he care for his own life? I like her. Change the tower. Mm-hmm. All right. What's the one way? The question is, can main boy figure it out? The answer is, of course, yes. But what is it? Kevin. Mr. Penkin. No interference. All right. Test has started. And this is where we started. Just getting chomped. Is that part of the plan? I assume it's part of the plan. Oh, he's noticed something. Okay. And cut it up from the inside. Looks like it. Chop, chop. Hey, we did it. Mmm. Mmm. Still gotta cut the ball, though. That's pretty fucking badass. Oh, no. Ow. Rachel? Yeah. You can't see the stars from anywhere else. Uh-oh. Nope. Can he make it break the thing? Speak to it? It's sentient? Hey, do it. Nothing to lose. Here we go. Whoa! He is the chosen one. Seemed like Head-On was kind of expecting something like that. Are you my sword? Simple goal. We'll see if he remains that way. Okay, that's the second character that has done something for him because he's got a cute face. Doesn't swing that way, apparently. Sweet. Oh, we're gonna get some super slice? What just happened? Oh, he just ported there. I have a feeling he's gonna hold on to it for a while. Alright, we're breaking the rules. Head-On got some strength. Aren't we all Head-On? Aren't we all? Temper your expectations. Okay. Hello, Sky. We can see Sky. Okay. Test 2 will be the regulars. Or we're already in it. We've got 5 minutes left. Okay, we're already in the middle of it. Cool. But we're outside. This tower is dimensions stacked on top of each other. Okay, are we about to battle? Oh my god, we are. Why did Hisoka just pop into my brain? Okay. Very cheery dewa dewa there. You are in danger, my friend. Where's your sword? Yeah. Hold on to the sword. Fuck. Hey, could you stop trying to murder me? No. Oh, God. His foot is the size of his entire torso. That's some bullshit. And... Oh, no. Thanks, random archer person. Where are you? Hello. And I'm next. I'm in danger. Time to move. Time to move? Oh. Thanks, random sniper person. I'm in danger. Time to move. Time to move. Time to break line of sight. Ah, fuck. Oh, thank you, random giant clawed person. I'm in danger. It's just a loop. He doesn't seem too scared at all. That knife seemed a little large to go into that bag. I see a bag of holding. I like him. It's got the same like symbol of 3 eyes or something. Hmm. Oh, hi. I don't know your name. I'm gonna call you Killua until I know your name. Kevin Penkin. Well, looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned standoff. We're gonna end there, right? Yeah, alright, good. Yes, I am pleased. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, this shouldn't come as any surprise to anybody. I mean, I knew that this had the hype going for it, and probably the focus from staff and just original manga or manhwa uh, content. But damn, damn, that was a pretty good first episode, I must say. Kevin Pankin multiple times, making me scream his name. Not really, but making me excited for what can be done with the pieces of soundtrack that we've heard so far. Story seems real interesting. Production is real interesting. I thought it was really high quality all the way through, and that's on top of the more obvious stuff like the unique brush that they're using for most of the line art to create these sort of broken, sketchy. I don't know how to refer to them exactly. They're almost analog-y, as opposed to the ultra smooth digital lines and curves and stuff that we normally see. They're sketchy and almost analog-y in the same way that you sometimes get rough edges on painted patches in old cell animation that you'll see in well, in older cell animation. You can see it in Ava in almost any episode that you look at. It's got a particular feel to it. And the only other recent show that's tried to capture that I can think of is Megalobox, and they did it I think in a much less effective way by filtering over everything a lot and then using some more scuffed up brush stuff. This one, it all feels consistent and good and clean, even though the edges are rough, and that's a difficult balance to achieve, I can imagine. And I think it's being done really well. I thought it was really cool all the way through. Environments are more imaginative and potentially impossible and weird and built and put there for creating scenes and creating layouts that convey emotion and convey feelings, convey cool stuff. Like this whole sequence of running through this endless, seemingly endless, just because of the way we're framed, this seemingly endless chasm, this ravine that goes on forever, and just these two kids running through it, and the echoes of their footfalls as Bam tries to catch up to her. Really interesting. And unique, and we continue holding that blue hue until it starts to be encroached upon by this swath of crimson, which is really unique and very cool. Then we have a bit of a moment. I don't know what to think about that, but it was kind of a moment. And then it becomes a moment where she starts turning into fucking flower petals after saying that she's gonna climb the tower. I assume that's what let her in, some kind of mental trigger that opened the metaphysical gateway to it and allowed her inside. Okay. Because they're still on the floor of that ravine right now. So, this gateway's existence, this is a portal to another realm opening up and grabbing her and pulling her through. Okay. Okay, got some questions about that. Got a lot of questions about a lot of things. Alright, so, loss. She's gone, and she is gone. And in that moment, at his deepest despair, having lost this person who we find out later is seemingly the only person he's got any kind of connection to, she seemed to have found him feral and amnesiac in a weird underground space of some kind, and been his only person. So, he's in despair, and that gives him the motivation to open the tower himself. To open the gate himself. Okay. And then later we get the distinction between regulars and non-regulars. Regulars being ones who can normally open the tower or exist within it normally? I'm not sure. The way that we're saying regulars makes it sound like a regular at a bar, somebody who comes back frequently. I don't know. Do regulars just have spare keys to the tower and can get in and out as they please, or do they get trapped in there somehow? Not sure. We'll have to wait and see what that distinction actually means going forward. But for now, it means our protagonist is different, and there is some kind of fated, legendy thing around him that a non-regular will appear that will change the nature of the tower. Okay. Then we meet head-on, applied directly to the forehead, as he appears creepily from the darkness. Definitely an unsettling character. The whole weird, I don't know if it's his mask or his face, because we clearly have non-human other creatures and entities, and other realms of some kind. But he is something somewhat rabbit-like, kind of ushering them into the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole, you could say, as a white rabbit, but he's also got these elements of almost bird-likeness, like a raven skull built into his features, and just the way his mouth becomes his eyes and is all one thing, and we sometimes see the gleam of teeth from it that's very predatory and very creepy, and sometimes we see the eyes, which are surprisingly beady within there. He's a real creepy one. Just waltzing around in this space with his baton thing that looks like the kind of baton that somebody at the front of a marching band would wield. I forget what those are called. They may just be called batons. But I got two things from that. One, it's a symbol of leadership, one who leads a group of people forward and determines how they march. And then two, it's balanced just in terms of its design. It's symmetrical, like horizontally, so it's in balance. So he's kind of the character that keeps things in balance. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but it seems like the kind of a show where design elements like that are intentional, maybe. But the whole aesthetic for him is real freaky weird. I mean, real freaky weird. It is unsettling to me. Very strange. I love the way that we're just composing shots and putting them together. Like this close up not being center frame and instead being framed off to the right half of the screen, giving us the background, which is the purple stuff, but then also this sort of horrifying maw of this creature, which is exactly what he's about to go and fight, kind of. It's pretty neat. And then as he points up, we get the angle from above. Far, far, far above, just to show how big the journey is going to be if he's going to take it. And then we manifest an aquarium behind a grate. By the way, water flows through grates, so that shouldn't work. Okay, Head-On's got some magic going on here, and this is the test. All right, we try to go into it, meet these two, are given the power to understand their language, find out that she's a princess of Thing, discover some stuff about our weird digital companion thing that follows us around and raises all kinds of questions about the nature of this universe. Okay. Meet army dude with white hair who, I guess is also a navigator and is really, really into his princess charge ward person. They lend him a sword with a particular logo on it that seems to have some kind of importance, make fun of him for being puny and weak a little bit, imply that she might actually like him in a sexual or romantic way in the future at some point, and lend him the blade, which she has never been able to actually awaken the power of, but he will because he's special. And she asks him about his motivations once more. He reimagines Rachel, or Rachel, standing at the top of a gigantic tower, which he must climb, and takes the call to adventure. Off we go. So, welcome to the difficulty. Welcome to the hard shit. There are also some lines here that are interesting. So, what does he say? Lady Yuri, have you fallen in love at first sight with that boy? Do you truly believe a non-regular will change the tower? Are you stupid? You know I hate being bored, that's all. So the current state of affairs is potentially boring or stagnant in the tower, and they're hoping that somebody will come in and change things or shake things up. Definitely feels like there's plenty of stuff going wrong in the background that we are not aware of yet. Okay. I'm very curious about the nature of the world outside of the tower, or worlds outside of the tower, because it doesn't seem to be like a one world universe here. It seems to be Like the tower is its own planar space that is somehow linked to many other places and can open into any of them and pull people through in order to force them to compete to get to the top of the tower because... uncertain. So, lofty, extraordinarily difficult goal to achieve by climbing the entire tower that grants incredible power. From whom, for what end? That's my big question. Is this a fundamental element of this universe that's just a natural part of its existence and has always been this way? Or was this created by someone to for some motive? I don't know. I'm curious. Definitely curious. This show has piqued my curiosity on a lot of different fronts. Hmm. But anyway. First episode, big battle, build up the giant thing, tell us that even people on level floor 20 can't even handle this thing, but there is a sneaky secret. Again, the line art is so different and unique, it's cool. And head-on is so intimidating, despite being a very small build. So we chop up this big thing from the inside, completing the first choice in the test. Go ahead and start wailing on the big thing, imply that that boy has something more powerful than anything else, including fear, which is his resolve and drive and stuff. So boom, he's a determinator. Love it. Good. And he starts determinatoring his way through the black orb, and it is not breaking. Then we get this moment. Why won't the ball break? What are you planning? I can't answer that, and then that predatory grin comes back. It's... I get the feeling... I don't know why. I get the feeling like Head-On is kind of betting on main character boy. I don't know how to make sense of it, but this grin from him, this little like, shut up and let's watch. We'll see if he can handle this. It's like imagine a movie about a guy who runs a baseball team, but the baseball team is down on its luck, and all their star players have left, and they've got nothing left. And then the deadbeat manager guy sees some dude practicing and thinks maybe he could be the guy. Maybe he could be the person I build a team around. And then he brings this to like some investors or some other people, and they're like, nah, you're all washed up, you suck. And this is the grin that he gives them when he says, like, oh, just let him play one game and you'll see. That's the grin that he gives, right? So I get the feeling like Head-On somehow, by trying to shake up things, or somehow is trying to shake things up by bringing this particular non-regular on, and he's betting that this particular non-regular will be the one to take it all the way. Which means maybe there are other people like Head-On who are also gunning for the spot. Maybe. Or I'm talking out my ass and don't know shit, which is pretty fucking likely. Alright, so then we flash into Motivation Land to get some character backstory and exposition and motivation-y stuff, which is pretty well shown, not told. We find out how he met Rachel. She was very literally like the light or the angel at the end of the tunnel, who essentially saved him and gave him a place he felt like he belonged. And she has her own gold dream thing, which is to see the stars, which brings up another interesting point. Out in the normal world outside of the tower, people can't see the stars. Oh, that's a little interesting. I wonder why that is the case. Do people all live underground? Is there pollution everywhere? Is there no night? I don't know. It could be anything. Who knows? But we have been sufficiently motivated, and in this moment we are given the information that we can maybe talk to our sword and get it to answer back and give us some superpowers. And holy hot damn, it does. We get a fucking Kishad Aurelio Orion Heart Under Blade pops out of our sword and tells us that she's our new homie and is going to help us. Oh, that's cool. So we got a superpowered sentient weapon that will only answer to us. Nicely done. And there are other sentient weapons kind of like her, given that we saw on they call her a lizard, the green-skinned girl's blade. She had a really, really long blade thing that had 3 eyes on it as well. So maybe they're all weapons made by the same person or something, and that's the maker's mark. Or something, and they're special. Somehow. I don't know. But with our newfound power, we managed to break the sphere, completing the test and pushing onward. Also, get some shade thrown at you. Haha, you're a woman. I don't play with women. Ha ha ha. Some pretty awesome cuts with this gigantic monstrous creature thing getting absolutely just ignored and them teleporting away to the next level. And then these two characters have decided that they are going to go on their mission to try and catch up to him and get the Black March sword back. I got a weird, almost Team Rockety vibe from that last sequence. It's like, oh, we'll get you next time. I'm gonna get the Black March back. But he's the only one who seems to be able to use it, so who cares? And then we get a little moment of alone time with Head On. Where he just sort of points his thing at the gigantic monster and it disintegrates. Okay. And then he kind of breaks the fourth wall. And, yeah. Wow. All right. Enter level 2. It's very different. There's sky. This is a whole demiplane, or a full other reality, or a universe, or a plane of existence. I don't fucking know. And we've got weird cube-shaped things talking to us, and a strange Hisoka-like character watching, who seems like he's probably a sadist of some kind, just going off of his appearance. A lady with a single devil horn, a guy who looks real sleepy and comfy, and like he would fit into Secret Society blanket real well. And find our sword, battles begin, giant dude tries to kill us, we end up in a chain reaction of people killing other people, which is a pretty cool thing, how it's just super dog-eat-dog out here. And then a giant dragon man appears and doesn't seem really interested in murdering people too much. He doesn't kill the rifleman, even when he's one in his way, he just throws him out of the way. And two, when he comes back and threatens him, he just breaks his gun. It's like, yeah, no. We meet this character, who I will call Killua until we get his actual name, because he has light-colored hair and is a soft-spoken, unassuming dude who will murder the fuck out of you, big time, and does so to this four-armed, red-skinned person after pulling a much larger than it probably could be blade out of his bag. But I don't know. That's a really cool shot. That was not a cool shot. That was a fuck up. And he is on the lookout for particular, like he's getting a Sixth Sense vibe from something. So he looks at Lizard Girl. We get this close up that shows that her blade has the same logo on it. She's looking at him like, yeah, come at me, bro. I like her. She's cool. Killua shows up, tells Main Boy that he ain't shit, and we end up in a big ol' standoff that will probably end in lots of blows and might just make Main Boy and Killua Boy friends to some extent. Sounds cool. That's a lot of stuff to pack into a first episode. There's a lot packed into it. It was enjoyable to watch. It was well-paced. I did not feel like I didn't understand what was going on, by which I mean I felt like everything that was supposed to be conveyed to me was being conveyed to me. And while I have plenty of questions, they're not because I'm lost. They're because there are interesting mysteries built into the world and story of the show that I'm curious about finding out the answers to. Art style is interesting and unique and different, and you love to see that. You love to see things getting changed up. You can get tired of the same old, same old. All in all, this was a really, really stellar first episode. And given the property that it's coming from being pretty well known and pretty well loved, that's what you would hope for, right? You'd hope for a good adaptation. It strikes me as a pretty damn good adaptation so far. I like it. I like it. I'm willing to watch more of it. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Was there anything else that I wrote down during the thing? Can't see stars, change the tower, navigator, head on, non-regular, Rachel and Bam, and Kenji Masuda, a name that came up in the credits, but I don't remember what it was for. Who is Kenji Masuda? Prop design, right? Prop design, yeah. And anything that I recognize you from on that front? Nope. Okay. I guess the name just sounded familiar to me and I was wrong. That's fine. No problem with that. So, I will say that episode Tower of One of God. Episode 1 of Tower of God was a pretty resounding hit with me. It was entertaining and weird and mysterious, and I'm curious to see where it goes from here. I like the art style, I like the animation style, I like the framing, I like the way it's being put together, I like the pacing, I like the music. It's a win all around. Nice. We're gonna end there. I've been Tiabu, this has been Tower of God, and I am fucking done with treasure hunting for the day. Woo! It's been a long one. Hopefully it won't be that way in the future, but we'll see. I hope you've had fun today. Let me know which shows you'll be continuing to watch. If I missed anything about Tower of God, let me know what I missed. And I hope to catch you next week for more Tower of God, which I will definitely watch more of, and tomorrow for more treasure hunting, and I have no idea what's coming, so yay! See you there. Peace.